Thank you, Senator. I appreciate that very, very much. And I wanted to begin by complimenting you for the excellent work and leadership that you and Senator Bingaman have demonstrated on this bill. I know it's a matter of great concern to you, and frankly, I'm pleased to see that your cooperation from your state can cross party aisles, just as mine with Senator Lugar crosses party aisles, crosses the party aisle in my own state. And I'd like to thank all of our colleagues, starting with Senator Lieberman for his hard work and leadership. I'd like to thank Senator Salazar, who occupies the presiding officer's chair today, Senator Brownback, who could not be with us. He's in the process of returning to the floor, but is supportive and has been helpful. Senators Collins, Senator Norm Coleman, and all the others who've been very instrumental. Mr. President, our leadership group on this bill, as you know very well, extends from Senator Brownback to Senator Kerry. It includes Democrats, Republicans, and even independent Democrats, suggesting the breadth of our support and, more importantly, the justice of our cause. I don't speak often on the floor. Frankly, I don't find utility in it that often. But the magnitude of this issue, its importance to our nation, compelled me to come here today to speak on behalf of this amendment. It is, in our view, a friendly amendment designed to improve what is a good work product in the underlying bill. We offer this amendment, Mr. Speaker, because of several reasons. First, because the issue of oil dependency is one of the defining challenges of our time, and our ability to grapple with this issue will affect our nation in profound ways. It will affect our finances, our economy, our environment, and most importantly, the quality of the world that one day we will leave to our children. Unfortunately, today we are not doing nearly enough to meet this challenge. We can and must do better. This is brought into stark relief when you realize that since the attack on 9/11, we import more oil into this country today than we did on the day of that attack. Clearly, we must do better than that. The expected consumption of petroleum is projected to increase from 20 million barrels per day this year to 26.8 million barrels per day in 2030. This is unacceptable. We've gathered here today to do something about it, to move as far and as fast as we can to reduce this dependency on imported petroleum. This is affecting the quality of Americans' daily lives. I was looking at some statistics just here before coming to the floor. American consumers, American motorists, in the first 6 months of 2006 spent $38 billion more on gasoline than they did in 2005, and $57 billion more than they did in 2004. This is an alarming trend that we don't need to bring to the attention of anyone who's filling up at the pump. Clearly, we have to do something about this, and our amendment is designed to be robust and aggressive in doing so. We've worked with a coalition of 26 of our colleagues to form the DRIVE Act, and it spans, as I pointed out previously, the ideological spectrum. Our goal is to reduce oil imports by 2.5 million barrels per day over the next 10 years, an equivalent of everything we currently import from the Middle East. Along with the authors of this bill, we propose that we will move America in a better direction, defining a better future for our children and creating a legacy of which we can be proud. And I believe we can do that in material ways, getting there further and faster than the underlying bill envisions. Our approach targets oil, petroleum, not just gasoline. Gasoline is an important subset of the challenge, but dependency on oil, and particularly imported oil, gets to the heart of the challenge that faces our country. That's what our amendment does. We propose an additional reduction of 3.8 million barrels per day, a further reduction in our dependency of 15%, a material step in improving our situation. And finally, we hold the administration accountable, requiring the Office of Management and Budget to work with the Departments of Energy and Transportation to come up with a specific plan, not just a goal, but a specific plan with concrete steps to achieve that goal, and to revisit that plan to evaluate its effectiveness every 3 years, to make sure that we do more than pass this amendment or pass this legislation, but in fact we translate this legislation into concrete results for the American people. So let me conclude by saying this. This is a good bill. It begins to take us in the right direction. But now is the time to do something more than just good steps. Now is the time to take bold, transforming steps to meet the challenges, particularly one of the defining challenges of our time. Now is the time to invest in American ingenuity, to build an American future that is more prosperous, more healthy, and more secure. And Mr. Speaker, now is the time to forge a legacy that will enable our grandchildren one distant day to say that we were both good stewards of our nation and, most importantly, good stewards of their future. That's what this bill will accomplish. That is what this amendment will accomplish. And that is why I urge our colleagues to vote in support of this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And thank you, Senator, for your indulgence. You've been very kind.